Hello, friends, and welcome to a new class of NLP. And this is part three of presuppositions of NLP. Well, this is the seventh presupposition of neuro linguistic programming. And according to this presupposition, your behavior and change are to be evaluated in terms of context and ecology. I mean, if someone is behaving in front of you, please consider the environment, context of this behavior. Because if you will not consider the context and ecology of this behavior, you may decide something wrong. That that is quite possible that your response should be different. Maybe you are not responding, but you will react if you will not consider the context and ecology of that behavior. For example, in this picture, if you see that a doctor is smiling while while managing this child, so he's like doing fun because he know this is a child. He's considering the context and ecology while communicating with this child, because if he will be too serious, it's quite possible that child will be not able to not able to sport. The child may not be able to cooperate with the doctor. So this is the reason, try to consider the environment and ecology before you communicate to someone or with a very specific person. So it's really important. So in the next presupposition, that in this planet, during the process of communication, consider that everyone is your client. Everyone consider it's either your brother, your sister, your friend, your real client, any business client. Because if you will consider any person a client, you will be behaving very purposefully, very smoothly, very politely, and this will really build a process of trust. I mean, the process of rapport building. So it's really crucial to consider every person. This is on the lighter note, actually. So consider every person is your client, and remember that in 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 perspective to a client, that according to NLP, this presupposition that resistance in a client is a sign of a lack of rapport. That means if your client is showing resistance, that means he's not being suggested by you. That means he or she is showing resistance to your behavior. And always consider that the resistance in a client is due to a process of trust between you and the client. If there is a trust, there will be no resistant client. So the next presupposition is like that. There are no resistant clients in this planet. I mean, the clients are not resistant, but actually our behaviors are fixed. Our behaviors, our communication is not flexible. So if you are flexible even in communication process, so there will be no resistance in the client. So always create option in your process of communication. I mean, be flexible in your communication. So there will be no any person in this planet who will be resisting your communication. And again, NLP NLP is a way of communication that generates choices. Like all procedures, while applying NLP, just keep in mind that any procedure should be designed in a way to increase choices. Because if you will have more choices, you will be able to control the next person. You will be able to manage the next person because you have different choices to convince any person. So in this way, so you can only do this behavior of creating choices. This is due to your one of the behavior. This is called as psychological flexibility. That means the person with the most flexibility of the behavior will actually control the system, because he will have the ability to convince any person, because he has lot of option, he has flexibility, he has choices. Because if you don't have the flexibility, you will be unable to create choices, you will be unable to give options. So if you are quite flexible person, you can control any situation because you have a lot of things to offer. So these were the different presuppositions of NLP. Hope you have enjoyed these presuppositions, but still if you have any question, please write me in the comment section and definitely will answer.